Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to IR3. And I have had a busy almost 4 hours. We have spent the day changing over to arc furnaces. We've got our tin changed over. I did leave this one where we have the crushed here, just like we did with the gold. Except the gold is using the purified on both sides, and I think we're going to change that as well, maybe to use crushed. Because as you can see, we're starting to run out of gold coming in, because wait a minute, why are we're not full on platinum. Why are we having issues with gold? Because that is not able to output because I somehow messed that up when I put this belt in. We'll talk about that belt in a minute. Okay, that fixed that. Good thing I caught that. Anyway, so we still have this one running on crushed, but we have it set to where only the crushed comes in to these. The purified will always go to the arc furnaces, and so far I have not seen where we have needed these anymore, and I hope we don't. The copper we did the same thing with. I had to change my belts around a bit for it. But you can see the copper is flowing nicely here, and we're making enough to keep this belt full and not using this here. Then we completely redid how bronze and brass are done. So these are the bronze makers. They're way excessive. But you don't need any oxygen, you don't get any CO2 out of these. It just basically the big mixer is all this is. So it's just mixing the bronze and the tin, and then outputting the molten bronze. And I just put a whole bunch of ingot casts down here that are going to basically what looks like my unloader. And then this is the brass, which is molten bronze and molten lead. I do still need to run the lead pipe up, because that has not been done, but we'll get to why it's not a big deal at the moment. But that is our press. This is iron, which is substantial. It's the same basic setup as what copper and tin is, just extended out the full length here. And then the steel is actually a little bit different because it can use molten iron and coke. And this is where most of our iron is going. As you can see, the iron belt's not moving. It's just the steel. So most of this iron up here is going for making our steel down here, which I went with the same type of setup here. I do believe we're going to be setting up an entire set of this in this area here. But you can see that with this change, I was able to compact what used to be, we used to come all the way down here because of the brass and the bronze, which was kind of stuck out the end here. So with the way this is done, it's made it to where we can compact it a bit and leave us enough room to put in an entire steel chain there. Then I went ahead and did the nickel, because we have been using a lot of nickel. And then this is the lead here, which is finally getting some lead. We need to get this changed over now to lead, because we just got this done. Go. Alright, and I screwed this up. This is what I've been doing for carrying everything out. And when I paste in the new things, they tend to come out. Okay, why are we not doing oxygen? Did I not set up the oxygen yet? Nope, I forgot to set up the oxygen. Alright, let's get the oxygen set up, which I'm just bringing way out over here to the end. That way we don't have to really mess with it. And then the CO2. Bring that down. There and out there. That gets the top line done. Now bring the bottom line over. And get all of those started. And CO2. And there we go. So that's all hooked up. If we ever need to, we can run that out a bit further. While we were doing this, we tore out all of the crushed iron we had in here and changed it over to the low temperature washing, since we have to have pure iron. And the thing that we just got done doing just a minute ago was we set up a change up here. Here it is. So if we have too much chrome in here, it's going to use off of the top belt, which is the one that's running off of the low temp. And if it's running where we're using up a bunch of chrome, then it'll switch to the other one. Now what I probably should do is use a one of these things. I can never remember what they're called. One of these. One of these two. And set up a thing to where both of them can be open if we're below a certain range. Because as of right now, what we have it done as is if chrome is above 3K, we're using the lower belt, and if it's below 3K, we're using this belt from the higher chrome output. Which I did not change over the chrome or the platinum to arc furnaces because we get 3 times the amount of chrome, 3 times the amount of platinum if we use an arc furnace versus regular smelters. And we have a huge problem with having too much platinum and too much chrome. So we're not doing that. I may even have to call my chrome one in here to come and pick this up. And because we're running low on steel again. But let's go ahead and get the brass set up now that the lead is taken care of. Why is there no bronze? Ah, that's the problem. Oh shit, you. I don't know why you're beeping me. Shut up. Okay. So we want to run this pipe over, and I'm going to run it just a bit past the CO2 and stuff here. And then we're going to run this down past the iron. And now we're going to set this up to pull the lead out this way. Okay, so now as we make lead, which we don't have any right now because I'm not using up enough tin, which I can turn on research and that'll kind of help with that a little bit. We're going to have to make sure we don't run out of lead making batteries and stuff. But right now we're just not needing tin. But that is what we have been busy with today. We did discuss the improved laboratories. I want to get those started because I want to set up a new lab area, which we discussed. And this is the only place that we're using bronze is for making these reinforced plates. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to change the bronze over to not be on this long line and set up a train for it. And we can do it right here where this one is. We'll just do a second one right here because this bronze train has nowhere to go. And we'll basically set one of these up for plates and the other one up for rods. And then have that go to our new improved laboratory area. And then we won't have to make the plates and rods over there. For stuff like iron and steel, there's so many different places. I don't know that I want to go through that right now. Tin we may do at least for the lab area because we only have tin used for making gears. So we could pour these gears. Same with the copper. We only need copper plates for making those. That's the only copper used in this area. So we may end up setting up a tin gear pouring, a copper plate pouring, and then the bronze. I don't know that we'll do it for the iron. Changing that over, we need plates and rods. Well, we also need ingots because we're making beams. So it makes more sense to just use it and make it when it gets there. Steel, same thing, we need that for beams. So it makes no sense to do it for that either. But we can do it for the copper and tin. And those have more room as well. Now, I think, so we can get our iron running better, I'm going to go ahead and put in a box here. Okay, normally don't like to just shove a random box in here, but we need to get this going so we have steel. And I actually want to try this out and see how well it's going to work. Right now, we've got 3.3K chrome in this box. 3.1, we should switch over here in a second. As soon as it hits, there we go, it switches over. And now we're going to run off the other one. So then it'll fill up again at some point. Well, right now it's coming out faster than it can go in because it's going into that box. We're going to basically empty that box almost completely. But see, we're not getting enough in there. Alright, what does it take to make? I think we need this one. We need a little bit of iron. We should have iron right here. Make me one of each of these. And let's see if I can work out how to set both of them to go. So put this here. We're going to have this is on read content, and we need content is, wait a minute, where's the other one? I think I might need two of these. Because I think we're going to have to do this and have this where we have the 3K set. Set that one to this one and change this to that. And then we want to put this to just, we can use a check mark and a check mark, set that to 1. So then we have that go to the input of both of these. And then we have the output of that go into this one. And we have this to the green check mark. No, actually we don't need that. We need another one of these, don't we? I think we need another one of these. Put this down here. And then we have both of these as the input. And then we say green check mark is equals 2. And it's going to give us out. We'll just say a blue one. And then we can have this come out and go to both of these. And then we'll set this to a blue signal. Okay, now those are both off. So now at this point, we have blue signal of 1, and that is only if both of these are on. So this is outputting a check mark right now, so this will not be putting out a blue signal. So we actually need this set to isn't that greater than 0? Oh, because that's not good. This should be putting out a blue signal right now. No, it shouldn't. Does not equal 1. This one does not equal 1 for the moment, because I want them both to run. And I think what I actually need to do is I need to take the one from here and change that one back with this one. I think this one needs to go to there, and this one needs to be back to if Chrome is greater than 3K. So if we have more than 3K in here, it should turn that off. We do need to take that other signal out. That one's on. This is giving us a no signal right now, so this should be on. I've got way too many. Get rid of that. Okay, so both of those are on now. And we're running plenty of iron through there. That is at 2.6. Let's go ahead and, well, no. If I grab it out of there, it's going to get too much. We want to set this. No, we don't. We want this to be the bigger input. Where are they getting attacked? Oh, they're trying to go through there. Okay. By the way, while I'm waiting on that to do its thing, we did have to put in a couple extra turrets down here because these guys spread out into this area. We're just shooting these guys right here. And then I also needed to put in a set of them down here. I put in one down here because these guys spread into this area. Okay, we're at 2.9, so we should see it change over as soon as it hits 3. There we go. We hit 3. That one turned off. Now we're running just on that upper belt. Perfect. Alright, so that should help with our iron. Because that'll let this slowly fill up. And hopefully we'll use some before that is needed again. Because we're definitely having, still amazingly having chrome issues. How we're still having chrome issues, I don't know. But we're still having issues with having way too much chrome. Alright, so we haven't got any lead up here yet, but we will, and I don't think we have an issue with not having enough brass. We don't use a ton of brass. Yeah, this is still where I cut it off, so we're not even needing it at the moment. Alright, so that's looking better. I'm still thinking we're going to do some changes to this area. I'm not 100% sure yet how and what, but I'm thinking about doing a bit of renovating on this area. It's still a little annoying. Next time I want to get started on making the radiation shielding so we can start on reactors. So that will hopefully be our next video, as long as nothing comes up that I have to do in between now and then. But I do believe that's going to be it for today. Oh, one thing is I have not put any, you can't put in those, I think you can these, right? Yeah. I haven't put any productivity modules in these. And we're not going to put any in until we get beacons done, so we can use speed modules as well. And we've got the beacon thing right there. We just got to get a research. So we may, I left a bit of room up here and down here, so we may see about putting in some beacons and putting some modules to even get a little bit more out of our inputs here. But I think for right now, other than the issue of not getting enough steel, which right now just looks like we're not getting enough iron out of here, so I have plenty of room over here. I can just kind of jump this pipe area right here and put more in, and I'm probably going to do so, because we definitely need a lot more steel than what we're doing. It's okay when we're not running science. Once we turn the science on, it has to split our output, and that's where we run into a problem. So we'll take a look at that later. I am going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.